What do treatment options for PTSD look like? I think there are reasons to be hopeful that someone who experiences this level of trauma can come out on the other side and actually function well as a human being, but more importantly than that, regain their sense of safety in themselves, in the world, and in other people. And it can be interesting to watch somebody start to transform as they perceive that the world doesn't have to be the dangerous place that they thought it would be. I think on that note, it's important to mention that if somebody's still in the traumatic situation, healing from PTSD or complex PTSD is going to be almost impossible, because when you're going back into the exact same unsafe environment, any work that you're able to do in therapy the effect can be dramatically reduced. So hopefully we can work on prevention as well and get people out of a lot of these situations where they do have to experience these things. But that's another video for another day. So what are some of the treatment options? One of them is individual therapy. This can be very powerful because the therapeutic relationship should be safe, and it can be a first place for this person to start to trust that there's one person in the world who is there for them and is going to be a foundation piece in terms of how they understand what the world is like. Another treatment option for PTSD or complex PTSD is something called EMDR, and that's eye movement desensitization reprocessing, which is a big fancy bunch of words, but really what it is a technique where a person is rewiring their brain with the help of a therapist by doing some specific eye tracking movements as they're recounting the trauma. Now, I'm not a specialist in EMDR, but there are plenty of research studies out there which validate it, and I have sent numerous people that I have worked with who have experienced trauma to get EMDR from a certified professional, and I have seen how helpful it can be. Without going into any detail, I can say that I have witnessed people who would replay a specific traumatic event over and over in their heads, almost as if on a loop. And when that memory was replaying, the pain that they were sitting with was incredibly intense. And if they were at that stuck point, and I was able to refer them to EMDR and have them come back, the emotional pain around that event was dramatically reduced. And so it is another option, and a pretty effective option for dealing with extreme cases of trauma. Another option, and this is often used in conjunction with individual therapy and EMDR or EMDR, is medication. And medication can be helpful for people to manage some of the specific symptoms of trauma. And often the combination of both therapy and medication tends to be the most effective for people. I hope you have a little bit more understanding about the differences between PTSD and complex PTSD, and more specifically, how complex PTSD manifests differently and some possible treatment options for it. The most important message, as is in all of these videos that I produce, is please, please seek help if you're struggling with these things. There are people who have made it their lives' work to help people who are in pain and struggling, and you don't have to go it alone. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting. If you did, please like it below and feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we're going to be producing more and more videos on a variety of different mental health topics. And please reach out if there's something specific you would like us to cover or address in an upcoming video.